This episode of Unqualified is brought to you by McDonald's, proudly serving communities since 1965. On the drive to and from my parents' house in Washington State, we almost always stop at two particular McDonald's, one in Salem, Oregon, and another in Eureka, California. At the moment, we are in the parking lot of the Salem location, and I just finished a Big Mac and fries. Even though we are just passing through, I appreciate the familiarity and feeling of community. The other day, I was looking through my mother-in-law's photo album and came across a photo where she and her friends are standing in front of a McDonald's wearing their cheerleading uniforms. I usually call my mother-in-law New Mom, but her name is Marcia. Under the photo, Marcia had written a note, and I talked her into letting me read it here. San Bernardino, California. I have so many memories of this McDonald's over the years. My father took me there on what I think was opening day. What a thrill it was as a young girl to order a chocolate shake, hamburger, and French fries. Then there was the time when my cousin Hinda and I were given a tour and allowed to take dill pickles by the cupful out of a huge barrel. We must have eaten 100 pickles each. Everyone in my family knows the story of how I accidentally missed the ketchup container and dipped a fry into my milkshake. Now when I dip fries in my shake, it's on purpose. I remember when I was 12 years old, my mother and my cousin Noel Novak, Larry's brother, picked me up from dance class, and we went for dinner to celebrate Noel's graduation from high school. Years later, when I was in high school, we would go to McDonald's every Friday night after the football game. I wish you could see this photo. Marcia couldn't remember if they won the game that night, but everyone is smiling as if they did. Wherever your local McDonald's is, there's nothing better than that wonderful feeling of community. Well, maybe that feeling is tied with eating a Big Mac. McDonald's, I'm loving it. What's your most uncomfortable talk show experience?
This one. Does this count? This is terribly uncomfortable.
I walked
super awkward.
David Letterman feeling like the smallest person.
Why? When was this?
This was, I guess years ago. And he pronounced my name incorrectly, which is fine. That's totally fine. It happens all the time. But he said Faris. He said Anna Paris.
Oh.
So I'm walking out.
You can't correct it.
No. Oh God, no. It's David Letterman.
Yeah.
And then he realized it was just awkward. And then everything I felt, because what do? You're supposed to come up with some story about something that happened on set or something that feels false, and I don't know.
Well, the best part is they always want to know. I feel like George Clooney has kind of ruined talk shows for everyone because he's such a merry prankster apparently on sets, and so there are always these like great Clooney stories about the pranks that he's pulled. And now every time you go on a talk show, I just feel like every time they're like, "All right, what pranks were you guys pulling on each other on set? What kind of hijinks was going on?"
Right, or the assumption that because you're doing a comedy that there's all kinds of crazy shit going on. And when it's like, no, everyone's fucking exhausted.
Yeah, you're up at 5 a.m. and you're running around.
Attempting to like eat a ham and cheese omelet while someone's smacking your face. Men don't get the face smack as much as the ladies do.
I don't know. I've gotten my share of face smacks. I don't know if it was while I was eating a ham and cheese omelet, but
why are you an egg white guy?
What are you talking about? The face smacking? Is that in the movie or
no,
in hair
just
and
like
makeup?
In the makeup, like the massage. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Men don't get it.
Or do
as
you just
much.
hire someone to smack your face in the morning?
Sim.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, my makeup person is gentle. They don't typically smack my face. Thankfully.
Well, I guess somebody works in the U.S.
Oh, there.
Hey, so Ed, can I ask you, do you ever resent the idea that Hollywood differentiates between comedic and dramatic actors?
I haven't thought about that too much. But
You haven't?
Well, not really. I guess in a way I've benefited from that just because I've gotten to kind of pigeonhole myself as a comedic person, and I'm pretty psyched about that. I like being a comedic actor. It's all I ever wanted to be. But I will say now that I'm older and I'm kind of eager to stretch my legs and kind of just try different things, I guess maybe it is a little weird that pigeonholes can be good and bad. I think a lot of times we assume they're bad, but we actually benefit from them. It's only when we want to break out or break the perception of ourselves that we kind of run into those fixed perceptions out there.
How do you think people from your high school would have described you?
Nerd.
Class clown?
No, I was not a class clown. Were you?
No, I was really quiet.
I don't think most comedians were class clowns.
So when did you know that
I'm
comedy
gently
was a
petting
draw?
this giant teddy bear, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm feeling like he's comforting me.
Yeah, that's like the Velveteen Rabbit, though.
Oh,
It probably has a lot of germs on it.
lot of illness. Okay, I'm gonna get
Been there for a while.
a lot of children have
Did
been
you get
sick
your
on that.
flu shot?
Okay, good. I'll stop petting that.
But no, so tell me though about your high school identity, and then who is the first girl that you fell in love with? You don't have to say her name, but what was that like? We talk a lot about relationships and love.
Love and relationships.
Yeah.
My high school identity was I was kind of one of the neutral folks. You know, I feel like there were the jocks and the popular cool folks, and I was sort of I really think that our own perceptions of our high school persona are probably so wildly different from reality. I mean, like if you were to poll my high school, like where did Ed fit in, you'd probably get a very different answer than how I'll describe it. But all we have is our own reality, I guess. So I'll start there. I think I sort of was mostly on neutral ground. Like I played sports, but not the cool sports. I was on the swim team. I wasn't on the football team or the soccer team or like the cool guy sports. I was on the swim team, but that made me kind of sporty. But then on the other hand, I also was in like chorale and I sang. So I was a little maybe towards the nerdier side of things, but I had lots of friends in both. And if I had to sort of characterize my experience, it was a lot of like searching for identity and not any kind of sense of like, this is where I fit. And maybe that's why I'm a comedian now.
I think, I can completely relate to that. Like one of the big gifts, the only gift, I guess, of going to my 20th reunion was that it was a confirmation, because I always thought of myself as a pretty quiet person in high school. Mm-hmm. And yeah, people came up to me and they're like, oh, you were so quiet. It's so weird that you went to Hollywood. But there was one dude that was like, I remember when you said that you were going to go to Hollywood and become an actor. And I was so humiliated by that idea, because that is just not, it's something that I could have ever conceived. I was too insecure, I think, to ever vocalize anything like that. But
where was this? Where did you grow up?
North of Seattle in Edmonds. Yeah.
I grew up in the exact opposite corner of the country in Atlanta, Georgia.
That is.
Yeah.
And do you go back?
I do. Every movie shoots in Atlanta now.
Yeah.
So I've been back. The last 3 movies I've worked on shot in Atlanta. So I've been back there quite a bit. And my mom still lives there. So I like being back.
When did you first start dating? Like when was your first serious relationship?
I don't think I dated properly until college.
What was that, like freshman year, dorms?
Yeah. Like kind of, I mean, I sort of like went out or whatever you called it, going out together. But I don't know that I had like a girlfriend until college.
Did you have that tidal wave of like total love? Or was it like, well, I think I kind of like her, but I'm not quite sure?
Yeah, I think
that you just answered that question.
How did I answer it?
It seemed to me like the answer was like, well, you were.
I can point to some early crushes where I was like, oh my God,
I
this
can't
is
live
the
without
most,
her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But yeah.
And how long have you been married? We don't have to. You don't have to talk about your personal life if you don't want to. Don't worry.
Just I'll sort of. I can tell you, I've been married a couple of years, and she's fabulous, and she enjoys a lot more anonymity than I do.
But you don't strike me as somebody that craves, I don't know, fame. I mean, maybe the creative process, or I don't know. I don't mean to be. I mean.
I don't know either, and I it's like a weird place to scratch around in. But I think anyone who does what we do and really goes to the links that we go to do it, because it's a tough job in a lot of ways, and that there is some underlying kind of
there's a crave for the audience, right?
Yeah.
Like in general,
some affirmation out there that.
But I've had a hard time, which is kind of why we started the podcast a little bit, is because I've had a hard time with the exposure of myself. It's easy to hide behind. Well, it's not easy, but you know, we play characters. We say and do faces. We say words that other people have written and do the things and there's like such a creative liberation in that. But I don't know. Like the other stuff, there's no guidebook for it.
No, you're right. And by the way, if you the sort of personal life exposure is what starts to feel uncomfortable. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I agree with that. And I also think you're so right in that every other industry, it seems like if you become a lawyer, if you become a doctor, if you become a finance guy at Goldman Sachs or in manufacturing, whatever it is, there are built-in mentor trainee kind of relationships. Yeah. And I've always thought like, God, I really wish I'd had a mentor who was already really famous and already kind of knew the ropes, knew how to navigate stuff, knew like what was going to embarrass me or what was going to kind of like help me get my sea legs. And there just isn't. Like there's no, and then I see sometimes I've seen, you see other celebrities that really kind of are in a publicly difficult spot, that maybe they did something or there's something kind of, they're just out there for sort of not the
like
right reasons. I don't know. Like, just people that are in a tough spot. And it's like, why isn't there a mechanism to help people manage these situations?
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Osea. Wondering what to gift your friends and family this holiday season? Female founded over 25 years ago by a mother and daughter team, Osea's award-winning cleansers, serums, face moisturizers, and body products give you the results you want. Skin that looks and feels amazing. I recently got to try Osea's new body butter, which, like their now famous Undaria algae body oil, transforms dry skin without being greasy, has the same incredible scent, and leaves your skin soft, smooth, and healthy looking. If my experience is any indication, you can count on your partner giving you a lot of compliments. This holiday season, stock up and share your new favorite clean skincare and body care with your friends and family. Unqualified listeners get 10% off your first order with promo code ANNA at OseaMalibu.com. You'll get free samples with every order, and orders over $50 get free shipping. Gifting is always easier if you start early, so head to oseamalibu.com. Use code ANNA. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Warby Parker. Warby Parker was founded with a rebellious spirit and the lofty goal of creating boutique quality eyewear at a revolutionary price point. Sunglasses, with or without a prescription, start at $95 and, just like eyeglasses, are available through their home try-on program. You just choose 5 pairs and see which ones you like. I was surprised by how quickly they arrived, which presented me with the immediate problem of deciding which ones to keep. I loved all of them, so you can guess what happened. And not only can you feel good about how cool you look, you can also feel good knowing that for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need through partnerships with nonprofits like Vision Spring. Offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams, Warby Parker is committed to providing exceptional vision care online and in stores. So put your FSA or HSA dollars to good use on Warby Parker prescription glasses, prescription sunglasses, contact lenses, and eye exams. Try Warby Parker's free home try-on program. Order 5 pairs of glasses to try at home for free for 5 days. There's no obligation to buy. Ships free and includes a prepaid return shipping label. Try 5 pairs of glasses at home for free at warbyparker.com/unqualified. That's warbyparker.com/unqualified.
Okay, so tomorrow night you're going to the premiere of your movie.
Yes, correct. Father Figures.
Okay.
Opens December 22nd.
Okay. So you're walking down
Hollywood movie.
You're walking down the red carpet. I don't know if you're sweating a little bit. I don't know what's happening. You've just gone through the photo call.
Yeah.
Ed. Hey, Ed. Hey. Hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Do you have a second?
Sure.
Yeah, it's Candace from WT. Oh my gosh. So this is so exciting. What a great night. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So I wanted to ask you though, what do you think about the sexual harassment environment in Hollywood right now?
Great question. Glad you asked it.
And you look fabulous, by the way.
Thank you so much.
And so does your lovely wife.
Am I answering this to you right now?
Oh yes.
Are we in
yes.
character?
Yeah, we're live on air.
It's a terrible situation, and I'm glad that a lot of people are finding their voices. And
It's amazing. Well, the movie looks fantastic.
Thank you.
By the way.
Thank you so much. What about you?
Oh, well, no, I love covering these red carpet events. It's so fun. And what are you wearing again, sir? Ed?
I'm wearing underpants and a suit.
Do you keep in touch with your friends from The Hangover?
Of course. We used to prank each other on set all the time.
Oh,
so,
you did? Oh,
yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah,
That sounds fun.
Well, there was times that I would get in the car to shoot a scene, and there would just be a whoopee cushion right there on the seat, and it was.
And so that bathroom
we just
humor.
pranked each other so much.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's so great. Well, this movie looks fantastic. Can you tell us a little bit about what it's about?
My pulse rate is definitely elevating. I don't know what's happening right now. I feel like you have stepped into a persona that's scaring me a little bit.
So it's about the idea of a father figure, yes?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, it is Owen Wilson and I are on a search for our
A pot of gold?
for our actual father.
Oh.
Because we were told that our father died when we were infants. We played for fraternal twin brothers, and we were told our father died when we were infants of colon cancer. So I then grew up and became a proctologist in his memory. Then we find out at the beginning of the movie from our mother, Glenn Close, that that's not true. and
Oh,
that story was a lie, and that our father is alive and he's out there somewhere. We don't know who he is, and so we go off to find him.
Oh, that's great. And do you?
Well, no spoilers.
You're so funny. Oh, gosh. Well, thank you so much. The movie looks hysterical.
Thank you.
Also, what was it like working with Owen?
Just a sheer delight. We found such a great vibe and lots of comedic. We pranked each other so
you
much.
did? Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
I mean, there was one time I was sitting down and I stood up and he had a little slide whistle and he went right as I stood up, and the whole set just burst out laughing. I mean, that's just a little sampling of the kind.
Good. That's great. Oh, that sounds like a wonderful time. Enjoy yourself tonight, and congratulations.
Can I leave now? Can I? Feel like my publicist would have just shuffled me along 5 minutes ago from this psychotic interview.
Hey, this is your future.
Oh God, yeah, there's going to be a good 2 hours of that tomorrow night. And I'm looking forward to it.
Did you support Donald Trump initially?
Not exactly. Did you?
Oh, no, I don't support anybody.
No.
But that's because I'm from another country.
Oh, so you're Hollywood Foreign Press.
Oh, no. I'm from WD. And thank you so much, Ed. And your wife looks so beautiful tonight.
Thank you.
Congratulations once again.
I hope you like the movie.
Oh, here comes Owen.
Am I getting bounced for Owen?
Well, did you want to spend more time?
No,
with
I don't.
No.
What's her name again?
I think Candace is.
Candace was her name. From WT? Is that a country or a station?
It was sort of on the fly.
Yeah, right. I was trying. You're right. I didn't yes and enough. I was really questioning the premise a lot, and I apologize.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But don't you feel? I don't know. Those like sometimes I would get like, what do you think about Beyonce and her twins? And it's like,
Yeah, I've gotten pretty good at just deflecting a lot of that stuff. Like I'll literally say in an interview, pass. Like I did that the other day. Someone I was on
I don't know if
I was on a radio, one of those morning Zoo Crew radio interview kind of thing. Yeah.
Ed, it's Zippy and the Juice.
Yeah, they just scream at you for like 10 minutes.
Hey, good morning, Ed.
And I was literally asked, do you wipe standing up or sitting down? And I just said, pass. I'd rather not just give the world that image of me. Thank you. First of all, I mean, can we deconstruct it for a second?
Yep, let's do it.
Well, let's not.
I was waiting to see where you were going with this. I was excited to see where you're going.
Well, do people stand up? I don't.
What if you're?
What
in a
if you
hurry?
do? Sure.
And
or what? Yeah. What if it's
or what if you have a bidet that's
Sure.
positioned vertically?
Yep. There's lots of. Or what if you're using a urinal to go number 2? It's a very confusing. Yeah, it's a very confusing situation. But yeah, I think it's good to. I think it's good to pass occasionally and just be like.
I just think that maybe it's because being female, I feel the pressure to not to like play along.
I do
too much.
Yeah, I think we're. I don't know about you. I'm kind of a people pleaser. I like to accommodate. I never like to just like get weird and shut something down. And
except
even yesterday, I was in a weird press situation that I was uncomfortable. I didn't like.
What was it? A junket or what was it?
Yeah, it was part of the junket, and there was this one sort of goofy setup that involved props, and I kind of played along, and afterwards I was not comfortable with it, and I told my publicist, like, they got to yank that. I'm not okay with that.
What, like the prop, was it like a dildo? I don't understand. What was the like? I mean, I'm with you because when somebody, it's
just sometimes people push your comfort level intentionally, and they they think they're being funny or they think they're being daring or something, and it's kind of like,
It's like, this isn't about you,
why do I
Dick.
have to
This
play
is
along
about
with
me.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely, I don't know. I was at a junket where somebody wore like a weird Scooby-Doo mask, and I couldn't tell if I was supposed to be. I didn't know what I wasn't in on the game, I guess.
Right. What was the one? I always think of that. There's a red carpet where somebody was squirting Tom Cruise in the face with a water gun.
Yeah.
And I forget how he reacted, but I remember thinking like, I think he sort of like grabbed the gun and was like, "What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?"
Yeah.
And I kind of was like, "Go, Tom."
It was impressive. It was.
Yeah.
I remember that as well. He was like what?
Like, why would you do that?
He kind of, in my memory, I feel like he almost made attempted to make like a connection.
Yeah.
Like, well, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Truly. Like,
Which is braver than me. I probably would have like either laughed awkwardly and been like, "Hey, come on, man," or just like ran away.
I would have laughed awkwardly, and I would have been like, I would have started like guffawing or something, but inside I would have been like,
shriveling.
what the hell is happening? All right, we're going to go to a segment called Deal Breakers, if you don't mind. Now you have to imagine that your signal. Oh God.
Single.
That's what it is. There's
what
an
it
N
is.
in there.
Single. Okay, I have to imagine that I'm single. Deal breakers. Go.
She corrects your grammar in your text messages.
Annoying. Not well in text messages.
Yeah, like if you put a U instead of like
Or like a there, like
Y-O-U.
THERE instead of THEIR.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. I think it's a serious discussion first, and if it doesn't stop, yeah, that might be a deal breaker.
When you go to dinner, she only orders off the children's menu because she says it has better options.
Deal breaker.
Really? Why?
Because that is empirically untrue. And if you think that, you're kind of crazy.
Have you
No
ever...
offense if you do.
No.
I actually love the children's menu.
At a hotel when you're
I love
alone?
a chicken finger or a PB&J.
Just like
but
a
let's not
small
pretend it has
plate of
better
spaghetti.
options.
Right.
That's a deal breaker. That to me means you're a little unhinged.
Well, we try to make these challenging.
All right. Keep
Okay,
going.
she has a tattoo of all of the 7 dwarves on her butt cheeks.
I would say it depends entirely on the size of the tattoo.
They're 1.5 inches tall,
Okay.
each one.
And so there's 4 on one cheek and 3 on the other?
Yeah.
Or does one of them split the crack in the middle? I mean, there's a lot of ways to go here.
But her ass is amazing.
Yeah. I would say that is not a deal breaker. I would say that is a serious point of curiosity. And
Well, how would you bring it up? What would you say?
I'd just be like, what the hell's with the dwarves on your ass? That's kind of it's wild. Like, what's the deal?
Cabo, spring break.
Yeah.
I was 19.
I would hope it's a great story and it would just make her all the more beguiling and exciting.
Well, because here's the thing is that when I got it, I wanted it because Snow White always to me, the 7 dwarves always represented all the sides to my personality.
Okay. So why then have them on your butt cheeks?
Well, because I didn't want everyone to see them, just certain people that I felt close to.
During intimate moments.
Yeah. So it's like, there's Bashful,
Sure.
who represents the intimate side to me when I feel, shy.
Sure.
There's Doc, which that's when I feel a little bit more of an authoritarian, I know what I'm
Right.
doing.
Right.
Dopey, which is when I'm like, oh, did I just make an ass out of myself? I don't
Goofy.
know. Yeah.
Right. That's why. Yeah.
And grumpy sometimes. You know me. That's how I get. Sneezy when
Well, see, this one, Sneezy was really gross because his nostril is over your actual butt, and that's gross. That one I didn't I was sort of with you until I realized that Sneezy was
I just want you to know all of me. And if I ever have anything that grosses you out, I need you to tell me immediately. So I don't know if you think that the things that come out of my body are gross, but if you do, we
have a
should
problem.
talk. Yeah, we
have a
should talk
problem.
about that right now.
I'll just be honest with you. I do think that poop is gross, and that's not a judgment call on you, but it's just a sort of general sentiment.
I don't think your poop is gross.
You should. You're wrong. It is.
That's why I've saved it. Sleepy and happy.
Yeah. I don't think it's not a deal breaker. I am totally fascinated by this person who has like a really deep story about the 7 dwarves on her butt cheeks.
It's like a 7-layer bean dip, but the layers of my personality. That's why
represented by dwarves.
Yeah, well, and and all my sisters, we all got them too.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's like we're bonded.
Yeah.
To because women are more complicated than you think.
I now know that more than ever.
You know what? That's so cool because I do feel like you really get me.
What's this person's name?
Oh, this person's name. Who do you think?
I feel like her name is Beige. My name is Beige.
My name is Beige.
Hawthorne, and I have all of the 7 dwarfs tattooed.
I'm Beige Hawthorne, and the reason why my real name though is Lindsay, but I renamed myself during a renaming ceremony when I was 15 because I wanted something that felt as like undefined as how I feel. So I also wanted it to sound, something French.
Right. I like it.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm really falling for this gal.
I'm kind of sorry. All right. On the 3rd date, she hands you her Christmas list.
What time of year is it? Is it July?
Let's go with, let's say it's September 29th.
Is it like a new printer and like a bicycle pump, or is it like sort of kinky, funny, sexy things?
Let's say it's a new printer, the itziest, teeniest vibrator that she can wear around her neck. It's Kirsten, the original American Girl doll.
Deal breaker. This deal got broken. That is officially a walk away situation. Just the printer and the
I don't know.
a necklace vibrator. I don't know.
Okay, she has 5 roommates.
It's tough. That's a threat to the deal for sure.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I like someone a little more independent.
Okay.
But you don't want to judge. It's like it's this. There's always extenuating circumstances. If she's really low on money because she's been volunteering in Central America for the last 5 years, and she's kind of getting back on her feet.
Yeah, she's leaving with all her Peace Corps her 5 Peace Corps buddies.
Then yeah, sign me up. This sounds like a really fascinating, compassionate
But she wants
person.
to be an actress.
But now she
And
wants
so do her roommates.
and all her roommates. Oh boy. Deal breaker.
Africa sucked.
Deal breaker. Deal breaker. Yeah, helping people, unfulfilling. I want to act. Not fulfilled by putting smiles on children's faces.
Ed, do you think that you could get my roommate Becca an audition for your next project? What was it called again?
Father Figures? My movie? We already shot it. Sorry, I can't.
No. The one that you were talking about the other night after we smoked that bowl. I think it was called like The Branchers or was it like the I think it's called like Folia.
You want me to get your roommate an audition?
Yeah, because I know that I'm not, and I also wouldn't want to complicate things between us. But yeah, I was wondering if you could get Becca an audition for it. She's so funny. Is that cool?
Let me
Is that
talk to
weird? I'm
my-
sorry. Is that weird? I don't want
talk
to
to
be
the
like,
casting director.
oh, does Francine have more power than you do?
I'm gonna call you back. / not. This relationship got weird. Yeah, I'm just starting to question why you like me, why we're in this relationship. So I think maybe we need a little
You've
space.
got a fast car.
Oh God!
I got
You know this song.
Get us out of here.
You know that I can't
Working
resist
at a
this song.
convenience store. Managed to save just a little bit of money. Don't have to drive too far.
You're trying to seduce me, and you know that Tracy Chapman just gets me going, and it's not fair. You're not playing fair. God damn it! I'm trying to get out of this.
Okay, this is now. How would you proceed? Or
Are we switching games?
No, you
Switching
can.
games.
Do you want to do the? You can do the how
Did I
you
win?
proceed.
Did I win deal breakers?
you well,
Yes, you crushed it.
kind
All right.
of. Turns out, not really.
No. I
You
just
did not
totally
accept
boned
the
it.
challenge. Well, no. Who did you like? You did like.
I was gonna ride it out with
you
Beige and see what happens.
You like the Seven Dwarfs? Yep.
I was
Yeah.
I'm like kind of. I'm really just fascinated by that person. Very. Yeah. So I think it was just 1 out of 4 or whatever.
But fascinated meaning like you just would kind of want a boner, or like long term.
Long term.
Fuck you.
I am so down with this person.
Fuck you.
Are you asking for a friend? Like, do you know someone with 7 dwarfs on their ass? Is that?
I want to show you something in the bathroom. Okay, so your agent calls you very, very excited, right? He says that Clint Eastwood requested a meeting with you about his next directing project. You meet him at his favorite spot, Dan Tana's. When you arrive, Clint tells you he is a hardcore Office fan, and he knows you are the only man right for the lead in his film. Are we there? Are you good?
Yeah, pretty psyched so
sort
far.
of am. Don't order this. Well, no, whatever. You can order whatever you'd like, says Clint.
Okay, sure. Cocktail.
He says, I like to dabble in every genre and expand my creative juices. The film is called Going Deep, and it's a tasteful take on the porn industry.
Okay.
And he says that it's time that someone brings art back to porn. And he wants you to be like the everyman in the porn industry. It's
Check,
not,
please. Sorry.
but it's Clint.
I know, Clint. I love you. I think you're the man. And this sounds like a part for.
Hey, how about this?
Yeah. What do you got?
Before you leave,
Okay.
let's hit the gents' room together. You know, relieve our bladders side by side.
Okay. Pulse rate rising. Very intimidated.
How does that work, you guys, with the urinal situation? Tell us the
Well,
mystery.
we don't go together to the bathroom.
I know, but do you ever does anyone ever glance?
You can't see.
No,
I mean, you'd have to really. You can't just glance because there's usually a divider, and if there's not a divider,
so and there's probably you have to maintain focus ahead of you, right? Is that is there?
I have to maintain focus because I have pee anxiety. So when I'm in a public urinal, I have to really concentrate and do my my multiples of 3.
What is that?
I have to, shoot, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I have to count in my head 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27 until usually I get to around in the 30s and then I start to pee. That's the only way I can get myself. I can't believe I just admitted that.
if there's other people there. I have that sometimes.
You do, right?
Well, it depends. It's like the more the pressure, then the harder it is. Like if I'm at a Broadway play and there's a huge run on the restroom during intermission. So the line is out the door and there's only like 4 urinals, and I get to the urinal and I know there's like 40 people waiting and they're going to start dinging the bell any minute to go back to your seats. Yeah. I just
too much
clinch up.
pressure.
I clinch up. I can't
do it either.
That's a good trick. Glad to know the count.
It works.
Count by threes.
It works.
Okay.
Sometimes it takes, I've gotten to the 70s as well.
The other time, by the way, if I'm in an airplane, go to the lavatory, I'm about to pee, turbulence. Panic sets in.
Yep. The
Yeah.
person is the thing lights up.
Yeah, go back to your seat.
yep.
Like, but I'm not. I had, and then I'm like, I have to hurry up, and that's when it starts to be hard to be again.
Why do you think our culture sets it up that that men pee in front of each other and women don't?
Women, I think, have to disrobe a little bit more. Maybe, like men can just kind of whip it out.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to think that there's more to it.
I mean, it's not a communal thing. We don't enjoy peeing together.
I know, but
But by the way, just to answer your initial question, you'd have to like lean forward and then look back to actually see someone else's junk because you really are kind of shoulder
to shoulder.
It's like it doesn't. They don't stick out that far usually.
Have you guys peed in like a trough before?
Yeah,
I have.
course.
Yeah, it's at a stadium or something.
Okay, stadium trough.
Yeah, or at some pubs in the UK. You see those sometimes.
So Karen Sarducci is the CEO, the head of Imaginarium Films. It's a fictional studio.
Okay.
No, don't explain too much.
All right,
you have
fine,
a general
fine.
with Karen.
Oh, okay.
Hi, I'm Donovan. I'm Karen's assistant, Mr. Helms. So great to meet you.
Nice to see you.
Is there anything you'd like? A drink, water?
Yeah.
Here you go, sir.
Coffee.
And Karen is so excited to meet you right this way.
Thank you.
Karen, I'd like you to meet Ed Helms.
Hey.
Hi, Ed.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Karen.
Awesome.
Karen Sarducci. It's really nice to meet you.
It's great to meet you too. Sarducci.
This is Karen Sarducci. Yes, I'm sure you've heard of me. Donovan, you can leave. That's fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, actually, stay
Okay,
for a
sure.
second because I need those notes. I've been a big fan of yours for a long time.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming in and meeting me. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well,
Do you like my movie posters?
I came in the lobby and to be honest, I couldn't remember some of the things that you guys have worked on, but it was a great reminder.
Good way to start off.
Yeah, nothing like movie posters in the lobby. And what about me? Yeah, just
So you grew up in Milwaukee.
Atlanta, Atlanta, Georgia. And where did you grow up?
Oh, I grew up in New York, of course.
In New York City.
New York City. Yes. Have you been?
I have. I lived there for 10 years. As a matter of fact.
I see. That's why you look a little older. So did you have any rat issues?
In New York?
Yes.
My first apartment, yeah. And we did. Did you?
I wanted to ask you, first of all, I'm a huge fan of yours.
Thank you.
And I know that you grew up in Milwaukee. One of my best friends grew up in Milwaukee.
I didn't.
And my children, Milo and Ventimiglia, we were just coming back from Sardinia again. And they were saying how much they enjoyed your work.
Wow.
Yes. 14 and 16, they're
Sardinia.
in Sardinia.
Is that your ancestral home?
No.
No.
But so I was brainstorming because my children have they have the finger, on their pulse of Hollywood.
Sure.
And I was brainstorming on the way home, and I wanted to meet you and throw an idea around your way.
Oh, great.
The idea is a movie. It's an original concept. It's a comedy.
Okay.
But it has threads of drama and heart to
Okay.
it. It's called The Hang Up. And what you do, you're a high-level advertising executive.
Got it.
You're not particularly happy at this stage in your life.
This is my bread and butter. These are the characters I play.
Yes.
Keep going.
I will. Thank you, Ed. You hang up your coat one evening, and it's late. You've been neglecting your family. And your coat hanger... Well, first, here's what I envision. We'll let the special effects people sort of deal with it later. But what I'm envisioning is you hang up your coat, and your coat starts to glow. And you realize that your coat hanger has an ability to shoot you into the future past what is now a non-planet Pluto, because your childhood goal of becoming an astronomer was never realized. So what this hanger, this coat hanger, literally a coat hanger, right?
Right.
Has this magical. Well, it's I hate to use the term magical. It seems like it's sort of, oh God, but this coat hanger essentially
Enchanted.
essentially becomes like your a spiritual guide for you.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Am I in a relationship in this movie? Do I have a family?
You are married
Okay.
to a woman,
Okay.
but you also have two girlfriends that you're trying to juggle. One of them is at work, and one of them is at the Pilates center that you don't attend to frequently, but on occasion when you want to get laid by her.
Now, your children,
Milo, Ventimiglia?
yeah,
Yes.
16, 14, 16?
16 and 14, yes.
Yeah. So they've been sitting in chairs behind you this whole time, and they haven't said a word. And I find that awkward.
It's bring the children to work day.
Yeah. But they appear sedated, like they're on Quaaludes or something.
No.
And
No. They're
because
lost
they're
in
not
thought.
making eye contact. They're sort of gazing. Milo is actually drooling.
We are jet lagged, Ed.
Are you?
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
got
I
it.
didn't
Sardinia,
make that clear.
of course.
That's right.
Okay, back to the movie for a second. So my character arc, ad executive, enchanted coat hanger. I'm assuming the enchanted coat hanger gives me some crazy insight into the human condition that I then exploit for advertising purposes.
So you get it, yes.
Am I getting it?
Well, yeah. Well, no. You don't exploit it. It becomes your soulmate, and you realize that everything you've ever done in your life has been meaningless.
Wow. Okay, now there's a single tear coming down your cheek, and I'm concerned that this is some sort of confessional.
At the very end, the coat hanger tells you that you must bury it in the yard, 4.5 feet down,
Okay.
and plants like, I don't know, a blueberry bush or something above it.
Okay.
And that way it will honor, because the coat hanger's ability, the magical ability only lasts for, I don't know, let's say 6 months or something.
Got it.
But you become close friends.
Yeah. Okay, I have another question.
Yes.
The blueberry bush that gets planted on top of the enchanted coat hanger.
Uh-huh.
What happens when you eat those blueberries?
A sequel.
A sequel.
That's what happens, Ed. That's what happens with Karen.
Okay, let me ask you this. When I walked in, there was a blank movie poster in your lobby. Is that what this is for?
The hang up.
I love it. I love it. I am in like Flynn. What's your budget?
Our current budget, and please don't let this turn you off, is $92 million.
Good God. That's awesome.
We're putting all the chips in, Ed. That's what we do here at Imaginarium.
And I just read in Variety that your funding was
God.
pulled.
No.
You had a bunch of Chinese investors, and they just pulled out.
Nope, we're all back in. We're all
It's all back in?
Oh yeah, it's all fine.
All right.
Yep. It's a huge market, and they love you there.
Co-stars.
I don't know. Shoot me some ideas.
Okay.
You're our priority. Of course.
I've always wanted to work with Matthew McConaughey. I find him great.
There's not a ton of room for the men, so let's think about the ladies.
Okay.
Unless potentially Matthew could be the voice of the coat hanger, but we'll work on that later.
What's your take on Anna Faris?
Ugh. I think that she's a wash-up, a little old, not a big enough name.
I think she's pretty fantastic. I think she'd be good in this movie.
I think you're a little more generous than
All
most
right.
of us.
Okay.
Let's think about, who should we, Donovan, what are the names?
We have Kristen Bell,
Younger.
younger than we have the
want-
Twilight actress Kristen Stewart,
I want 20 and younger.
20 and younger.
Ed deserves 20 and younger.
Is this to play my wife?
All of them. Give
Everyone.
us three
Everyone in
names.
the movie.
20 and younger.
I'll have to have
Now.
research look into that. I don't have anyone
Now.
under 20.
Now.
Vanessa Hudgens.
All right. Yes. All right. Who else?
I'll have to double check that she's under 20 though.
I'm so sorry. My fucking idiot.
It's okay.
I will have research on it.
I just want you to know I have pocket dialed 911 because Milo just collapsed and I'm afraid his heart has stopped.
Milo.
What?
Milo.
What? Mom, I can't breathe.
Milo, don't you ever fucking call me mom again. Milo, get the fuck up.
Okay.
You want to make it in this town? You got to get the fuck up, Milo.
I know.
Right now.
Is that Ed Helms? I love him.
It is. Yes,
He's
I
so
know.
good.
Yes, I know.
His new movie, Father Figures, opens December 22nd.
Stop kissing ass and get the fuck up.
I can't wait to see it. He has amazing chemistry with Owen Wilson.
Milo, you're being way too enthusiastic right now.
I feel nauseous.
Donovan, Milo's barfing again.
Okay, I'm going to take him away. I'm so sorry. Mr. Helms.
That's okay. I'm really grateful. Milo, thanks for your...
you're in the hang up.
Yeah, the hang up. Let's do it.
Good. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a big hit.
Who's the director? We didn't even cover that, but not that it matters.
Donovan, who's the director?
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, then forget it. I'm out. That guy's a hack.
Thanks so much, Ed. It was lovely to meet you.
You too. I'm just going to let myself out because you have
You can follow me, and I'll validate you as well.
Donovan, Miss Sarducci just passed out on her desk.
That's okay. It's fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by State Farm. And in honor of their surprisingly great auto insurance rates, I'm going to tell you about a particularly surprising day on set. It takes me a long time to read a script. For almost every line of dialogue, I will stop to figure out why my character would say it, how it fits in the conversation, and how it's going to come out of my mouth. Between the lines, there are larger chunks of text which describe everything else happening in the scene. Maybe what a room looks like, what characters are wearing, and what they're doing. As I often underestimate how long everything in my life takes, I know I can make up some time by reading those larger chunks a little faster. I got the script for Overboard about 6 months before we started production. I read it in my warm living room, wearing comfortably warm clothes, sipping from a warm mug of tea. Somehow, it never occurred to me that when you jump off a boat in the middle of the ocean, the water is surprisingly cold. And it doesn't get any warmer on take 2. Here at Unqualified, we love State Farm because they provide coverage that meets your needs at a surprisingly great rate. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today. This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by ZocDoc. Who gets excited about trying a new restaurant that has 2 out of 5 stars? When it comes to finding healthcare, don't ratings matter even more? ZocDoc is a free app where you can compare doctors, read reviews from real patients, and even make same-day appointments. When I finally called to reschedule my dentist appointment, I was told that my dentist had been retired for nearly 3 years. In my defense, parking was a nightmare. Through ZocDoc, I found a new dentist who had great reviews, took my insurance, and whose office was actually within walking distance. I was also able to book an appointment instantly without talking to a receptionist who made me feel guilty about not having my teeth cleaned for 3 years. My new dentist didn't make me feel guilty either, and only suggested I floss a little more often. Whether you need a primary care physician, dentist, dermatologist, psychiatrist, eye doctor, or other specialist, ZocDoc makes healthcare easy. Now is the time to prioritize your health. Go to ZocDoc.com/unqualified and download the ZocDoc app. Sign up for free and book a top-rated doctor who might be available as soon as today. That's ZocDoc.com/unqualified.
All right. So do you know about this part at all? We actually give relationship advice. Ed looks so confused right now.
No, I'm aware of this. Yes. I don't know what I'm in for, but here we go.
You'll be great. We're going to call Julia right now, and she is in Nevada, and she is 21.
Is that how you say it? Nevada. Hey,
Nevada.
Sim, that's what I thought. It was sort of a Nevada thing.
Hello.
Hey, Julia, it's Sim. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. I'm going to introduce you to Anna right now.
Hi, it's Anna.
Okay. Hi, Anna.
How are you? And I have sitting next to me Ed Helms.
Hey there. How are you?
Oh my gosh. Hi, Ed. I'm such a huge fan.
Oh,
Both you
thanks.
and Anna.
Cool.
Oh my gosh, I'm the biggest fan of The Office. I'm like, wow.
Awesome.
So, Julia, tell me what's going on with your boyfriend.
Yeah, so we've been together for 2 years, and I've just noticed over the last year and a half, we just had really different ideas about how much time spending with our families. So I have a really big family and lots of siblings, and I feel a lot of pressure to bring my boyfriend over because we're really serious. And we all just spend a lot of time together, and so I've invited my boyfriend to a lot of stuff, and he's really he doesn't really enjoy doing it a lot. He usually is just comes up with excuses of why he can't. But anyway, I try to give him space because we've had fights about it before, so it's okay, we've moved away, so I haven't had a big issue lately, but now we're going home for Christmas, and my mom has already started pressuring me about how she feels like she doesn't know my boyfriend and wants him to come over a lot. And, like I said, I was trying to give him space, but I feel like I'm caught in this where it's I'm kind of on her side that I want him to be a part of my family because my family is important to me. But I also understand that when we're going home, it's his hometown too, so he's going to be seeing a lot of his friends and his family, and I don't want to pressure him to just spend it all with my family. And so he agreed that he'd come see my family 3 times in the 3 weeks that we're there. And I feel like that's not a lot, and my mom is going to ask for a lot more. And so what really is my problem, I guess, is that I can't decide what side I'm on, if my mom is asking for too much or if my boyfriend's not doing enough.
Oh, boy.
This is an issue with every family.
Families.
Yeah, in-laws. Well, you're not married yet, but that's
right.
a classic, very classic issue.
So, okay. So are your families vastly different from each other?
Well, I think so. I mean, his parents are divorced, and he only has one sister. We live with his mom now, where we moved. So, I mean, we're all adults living here. We hang out, doing adult stuff, drinking or playing card games. But with my family, I have 5 siblings, and they all have kids, and so it's a lot more family-friendly activities, and there's just so much more of us.
Right, and I bet it gets pretty loud and chaotic, and it sounds like it's really fun.
How would you characterize your boyfriend's energy versus your family's energy? Are they similar?
I mean, I think they are. I get along with him mostly because I think my family has a really great sense of humor, and I think he has a really great sense of humor, and I think they go together. But when he's with my family, he's really shy. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there's a way to because what your family is probably looking for is confirmation of, with how much he loves you. And I wonder if there's a way to delicately explain that to him, that not that I would never use the word test, not that he's being tested at all, but in a sense, to your parents and your family, he kind of is, they love you so much. They want to make sure that you are being valued and enough that that you find a partner that adores you enough, even if he is shy, to go the extra mile, to show up at the family function, even if he's feeling overwhelmed and everyone's trying to outdo each other with jokes and games and stuff. I wonder if there's a delicate way you could explain that to him. I don't know. What do you think, Sim?
I'm always of the opinion that you just have to suck it up and do it.
I agree. Yeah, I completely
When it comes
agree.
to family, just because I just know how
Because-
touchy it is, and she needs to explain that this is 3-4 times a year. You just put on a happy face and you just get through it as much as it's painful for you.
That's right. And if he can't do that and you end up choosing him over your family for the time being, if he's sort of maybe not subconsciously, but if he's passive aggressively sort of asking for that choice, your family's going to win in the end. It could be, 10 years from now or something, but your family will always win. And so I don't know how to delicately phrase that to him. I wouldn't say it like that at all.
Well, isn't there a version where everyone kind of just moderates their expectations a little bit, like including the family, and it's just sort of the family can understand, hey, this is a little bit out of his comfort zone to
Yeah,
be
that's a
there
great
all the
point.
time,
Yeah.
and like maybe the family's expectations can.
I don't know, Ed, only because I just know families in general, and they may not take that the way they should.
But wait,
they may be sensitive about
But
it.
Julia
But
could
that's
say to
on
her,
that is on them, to be fair. Like
That's very true.
Like that's
Okay.
not necessarily on this couple. And I think a lot of times family expectations can be past what is reasonable, and it's extremely hard for us to express these things to the people that we love. But I don't know, 3 weeks is a long time to be somewhere for the holidays. But then again,
Yes.
3 visits
Yeah.
is that is a pretty limited amount of exposure. So
but Julia, the nice thing is, and the fucked up thing is that you're sort of caught in between two parties that clearly love you a lot and want kind of possession over you. I wonder, I think Ed is right though, if there's a way you could explain to your family, like, listen, my boyfriend's shy. We allow family. He doesn't he's not from this kind of chaos. If you guys could understand that, and then maybe, independently you talk to your boyfriend and you say, my family will always be essential to me. And there's, and I'm so looking forward to seeing them. And I really hope that we can find a way that you're comfortable and that I feel comfortable too, because you will be stressed out if your boyfriend is quiet in a corner and you're worried if he's totally miserable and your family is like running off to a bedroom being like, oh my God, what's up with Julia's boyfriend? And that's just going to be awful for you. So I guess, I don't know.
That's true. I think that's right.
But I do think that this is a gift that your boyfriend should give you. More than 3 visits. I mean, you're right, Ed. 3 weeks is a long
3 weeks
time.
is a long time, but I also agree that a lot of sucking up has to happen and just dealing with it, because we all, like, all of our families, it's just tough to be. I mean, I think a lot of times when we go to our significant others' families, we feel like we don't get enough space or whatever, or that a lot is expected of us. But we have to remember that, like, our partner, who is a member of that family, in this case, you, Julia, is also in a sort of tight spot and needs the support of
you've got to be the most stressed person of all.
They're sort of a little bit caught in the middle when especially when that boyfriend is still kind of acclimating. How long have you guys been together?
2 years tomorrow.
Julia, are you the youngest?
No, I'm right in the middle.
Are you the one sibling that doesn't have kids?
Well, no, my older sister just got married, but they'll probably have kids any day now. So I am the, next in line for that, I guess.
Does everybody like each other? It's just a matter of kind of spending a lot of time.
Yeah.
Your boyfriend
Yeah, it
likes your
seems like-
family and they like him.
I think so.
Yeah.
I feel like time has been so limited and he's been so shy that that's kind of what my mom has been saying. Like, even when he does come, she doesn't know him.
He's also got to spend more time and just suck up to the parents, just get to know them better, ask them questions.
Yeah, exactly. Julia, but that kind of comes with a little age, though, don't you think? And confidence. Like, when you realize, like, oh, okay, this is the way to have what I want because I want to be with this woman so badly.
And also, I think there's a point after which, and it's kind of older than you think, but there's there's a point where you start to relate to your significant other's parents as adults versus being
So true.
another child, which is how they'll always treat their own child. But when you start to kind of relate to them as adults, it really changes the dynamic, and it can open a lot of doors for a more relaxed relationship. But it's not always easy.
You know, I do. I mean, Sim and I, we've lived through this. We've witnessed this idea that if people don't get along with their families, like their in-laws,
It's really hard to recover. It's really hard to keep things going.
it's like a couple of years, and then it's like in the ground. The relationship, I think. I mean, at least that's you think
what I've experienced. That's what I've seen as well from people that I'm close to.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's a delicate way to phrase that, but do you envision marrying this guy?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, that was immediate. All right, Julia. All right, you're all in. So then I think that you have to. I think you really have to communicate this to him, that how important this is to you, that you live in a different city. You don't have to see, your family all the time. But here's what I really need you to do for me, so I don't feel distant from you. Ed looks.
I'm always like very cautious about ultimatums, though. I think it's kind of like
Right.
It's also, there's a little bit of mitigation, acceptance. If when you love this person, accepting their sort of struggle for comfort in that environment with your family, that's
But
okay
Julia's
too.
gonna protect him.
Yeah, and it just may
she'll
not
pet
be
his back. She'll hold his hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And
looking for, maybe also kind of looking for constructive ways to help him feel more comfortable or overcome that shyness, as opposed to putting it on him to like.
well, that's why she should talk to her family. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, yeah, of course.
This, you know what I mean? So she can like ask her family something from them too. Oh man,
Julie, I know
holiday
this is a
family.
lot for you. It's a lot to take in. Just listen back to this episode
Yeah.
because Ed and Anna gave some really great advice.
So did you, Sim?
Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah, Julia, thank you.
Good luck.
I love
Yes,
you,
thank you,
and
guys.
let us know what happens, because you are not alone. This is
Thank you.
No,
Thank
you
you.
are
I love you all.
common
This
problem.
this is very common, and it's also you're very lucky to love someone that way and to have a loving family.
Thanks, Julia.
Bye, Julia. I love you. Bye.
Bye. I love you.
See, she said it. She said, I love you. You're always worried that they don't say it right back to you.
It's an awkward thing to ask of somebody.
All right. Well, I'm just saying
But
most
I
people
do
say it
love
back to you.
them.
I know you do.
I love all of our listeners. I don't know about Ed Helms over here.
I got a pretty high bar.
Hey, Ed, thank you so much for being here.
Come on, this is really cool. Thanks for having me.
That's really sweet. And I know that it's like a dark room and a big, like, creepy couch and a weird mole people poster, but
I like the vibe in here. We're up in the hills. I could get murdered before I.
oh, you
I
will.
leave.
Most deaf.
I'll probably be in a freezer
You
in
won't
your
even
garage.
get to the driveway.
at some
That's right.
point.
Nope, not in the garage, the attic.
But no, I got a coffee in a coffee mug with a snowman, and that just sort of made everything cozy. So I feel great.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
On everything. Everything going on.
Congratulations on
On
a very handsome gray shirt that you're wearing today. Stuff.
Fuck yeah, dude. And fuck you, Sim.
Good night, everyone.